All right. Good morning, afternoon. I'm not sure when you girls are watching this, but hello, Girl Scouts. Today we're going to work on your Brownie first aid badge. And so I have paramedic firefighter Carrie Egging back on with us. She was on with us, a week or so ago talking about how to become a paramedic firefighter and kind of some of the things she likes about her job and the different things she does. But today she's going to go through some of the requirements for your Brownie first aid badge. So when you're done with this video, you will actually have fulfilled most of the requirements for the badge. I think all you will have left to do is to actually go make your own first aid kit. So this should knock out most of the requirements that you guys need for this badge. So hi, Carrie.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Happy to be back.
We're happy to have you back. We appreciate you doing this for us. It's kind of hard for the girls to meet with nurses and paramedics and things when we're all supposed to be staying away from each other. So
that's true.
So I'm just going to kind of go through some few questions and things that the girls need to ask to find out about some basic first aid. And so it's pretty simple, and we'll keep it down to a minimum of, technical. Try to not use technical terms, use, terminology that like second, third grade girls will understand. So first of all, if you're out playing or wherever you are, your backyard, the pool, the park, how do you treat an injury like a minor scrape or a cut?
Well, if it's bleeding a little bit, you would apply pressure to it. If you have any sort of material or even just your hand, if you apply pressure to it, it'll help it stop bleeding. You want to get it covered up as soon as possible with a Band-Aid or some sort of a wrap, depending on how big it is. If it's just a little scrape, then probably not as important to get it covered up super well, but it always does help to get it covered up soon so that nothing gets in, so that it doesn't get infected or anything. And after you get home, it wouldn't hurt to have your mom or dad help you put on some triple antibiotic ointment to help it heal faster.
So how can I tell, I didn't prepare you for this question, sorry. How can I tell if it's something that I can just put a Band-Aid over, or how do I know if I need to call my mom and dad and have them, possibly look at it or take me in to have someone like a doctor look at it for me? How can I tell the difference?
Well, if it's just bleeding, if it's not bleeding at all, then you probably don't need to call your parents. If it's bleeding a little bit and after you've applied pressure to it, it won't stop bleeding after a minute, if you count to 60, then you might want to find an adult to help you. Either call your parents or you might need to get it looked at. Also, the amount of blood, if there is a lot of blood coming out, you might not want to take a minute to call somebody, just get help right away. And also, if it's just oozing out, it's not quite as bad, but if it's squirting out pulsing, different intervals, then you might have hit an artery, so you would want to get help immediately.
Perfect. And I mean, as a paramedic or even a nurse or a parent myself, I'm sure you would rather have us call you and not need you than have, a kid or even an adult not call and actually need to have medical treatment. So err on the side of caution, you guys. If you think you need an adult,
right?
Adult. Absolutely.
Yep.
So let's see. Let's talk about bruises. So I fall down and I hit my knee or my shin and I get a big bruise. What can I do to kind of help that be less painful and heal up a little quicker? And what is a bruise? Like what causes a bruise?
Well, we'll start. A bruise is where you've hit something and some of the capillaries have leaked. So your little tiny blood vessels at the very end of your veins and everything near the surface have leaked out and the bruise is just a little bit of blood pooling under your skin. And a way to help a bruise heal faster, a good thing to do is to ice it as soon as possible. Leave it alone, don't keep touching it, but generally they heal pretty well on their own. If it's like a bruise or swelling from like a sprained ankle, sometimes compression helps, so to wrap it with an ace bandage or something like that to help keep the swelling down, because having too much swelling in there also lengthens your healing time. So the least amount of swelling you can have in an area that's injured is better.
Awesome. Can you, I guess if you're going to put like an ice pack or something on it, how long would you leave the ice pack on?
You only want to leave the ice pack on for 20 minutes and then take it off for 20 minutes or so. If you leave it on for longer than 20 minutes, it actually starts having the opposite effect. So you don't want to leave it on too long, but definitely have it on there. And maybe have a little piece of cloth or something between the ice pack and your skin so you don't cause a ice burn on top of your bruise.
Yeah, let's not add more injuries to the situation, right?
That's right.
So, say I'm out and I mean, we all deal with mosquito bites and bee stings and wasp stings. What can I do if I get stung by a bee or a wasp or I mean, bitten by a mosquito? What can I do to kind of ease the discomfort from that? And are there things I need to look for that, again, maybe I should call an adult?
Well, main thing, don't mess with the area a whole lot. Try to leave it alone, because if you start scratching them, then whatever venom or stinging juice, whatever they put in you, can spread a little bit more, and it'll make it more itchy or uncomfortable. I guess one thing to look for a sting is if the stinger is still in there, and if it is, then you should probably call an adult. It'll just look like something that's black that's still in the hole where they stung you at. Also, if you are allergic to bees or wasps, or even some people are sensitive to mosquito bites too, then if you get bit by or stung by anything, you definitely need to get an adult as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
And I guess also with those, if you don't know that you're allergic, but if you start having any trouble breathing or extra swelling to the spot where they stung you, then definitely get help ASAP. Yep.
I'm the worst about scratching. If I get bit, I am terrible. I
know. It's so hard not to.
It just makes it so much worse. I mean, if I would just leave it alone. So sometimes I get like the Benadryl cream and I put it on there, and that helps with the itching.
Yep.
Temporarily anyways. It doesn't last a long time, but at least gets my mind off of it.
Get you onto something else.
Yeah, at least for a little while. Till
later.
So if I'm out swimming or playing, obviously I should be wearing sunscreen. But I forgot my sunscreen, or I didn't put enough on, and I get sunburned. What can I do to kind of ease the discomfort from that sunburn?
Well, aloe vera cream is a good option. It takes the burn out a little bit and cools it down. You can put cool cloths on your skin too. Helps cool it. But if you do that, you want to make sure you're in a warmer spot, because putting cool cloths on your skin that's burned can actually lead to hypothermia if it's too cold. So be in a warmer area where you can stay warm, core temperature, inside temperature.
If it was a big area of my body, if I sunburned like my entire body, I probably wouldn't want to put cold cloths over my entire body.
No, probably not.
Sure.
But the aloe vera cream would be a good option.
Okay. Let's see. What about I'm out hiking or playing, by the lake. We do a lot of that here in Nebraska. We go to the lake and we play. What about poison ivy or poison oak? What how do you recognize them? We don't have the option to put a picture up right now, I guess, but is there an easy way to recognize poison ivy or poison oak? And what can I do if I get a rash from them?
Well, if I remember right, because I don't have it up here where I live anymore since I'm in Montana, but I think the leaves look like a little mitten. Is it a mitten?
Oh, hang on. Look, I found some pictures. So maybe you guys can see. There is poison ivy on top and there is poison oak on the bottom. And so it says poison ivy and poison oak leaves both grow in sets of 3. So a good rhyme to remember is leaves of 3, let it be. These aren't the only plants that have leaves that look like this, you guys, but you're better safe than sorry. If you see these leaves, just don't mess with that plant. Just stay away from it because you do not want a poison ivy or a poison oak. Feel good. So if I do get a rash, what can I do, Carrie?
If you do get a rash, you can put cold water, soak it in cool water too. Like if it's on around your ankles or whatever, it can help take some of the burn out of it. And you could also put on a corticosteroid cream. Your parents would know what that is, but it helps take the itch out of it a little bit. And then also if it's really bad, you can take Benadryl.
Sure. If I itch, I don't know if this is true or not. If I itch poison ivy or poison oak, will it spread?
I think so. So definitely don't.
I've heard that a lot, and I've had poison oak before, but I was so afraid to scratch it, I didn't touch it to find out if it would spread or not. Obviously, so don't scratch it, I guess, is my advice, right?
Yeah.
Very well spread.
And I don't know that I've ever had it, but my boyfriend has, and his reaction to it is so bad that he ends up having to go to the hospital if he gets into it. So yeah, it can be pretty bad. Definitely try and avoid it.
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing kind of like with an insect bite or a bee sting, right? Like if you start swelling or having problems or the itching is out of control, then you're probably going to want to let your parents know and potentially go see a doctor.
Yes.
Okay. I lost my spot in our questions. Hold on. So let's go back to cuts for a second. Sorry, guys, I should have asked this earlier. Why do I want to put a Band-Aid or even a bandage over a cut? What does that do for the cut?
It helps protect it, so you don't keep rubbing it on anything. Plus, it keeps any sort of anything that would cause an infection. You don't want anything else to get inside your body because your skin is your first defense mechanism to the inside of your body. And if you get a cut or a scrape, things that you don't want inside your body can get in and they just cause havoc.
Sure.
It's not ideal. So you want to keep them covered up, helps them heal faster, keeps all the dirty stuff out.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So let's talk about, we talked about some situations where you might want to get an adult or get, have your parents take you into a doctor to have a injury treated. But say I'm not with an adult and something happens and I need to call 911. Say, I'm at the park and my parents aren't close by and I think, I was stung by a bee and I'm having problems breathing, or my friend is having problems and I need to call 911. What do I need to tell the person that answers the phone at 911 so that they can get treatment to me as quickly as possible? What do I tell those people so that I can get help?
Well, they'll need to know where you are for stuff. So try and tell them either the name of the park, or if you can see any street signs close by, you can at least read off the letters to this. If you can't say the name of the street, you can read off the letters and any numbers that might be on the street sign to help them. And generally they want to know your name and your age and just a little idea of what's going on, so they have an idea of what exactly to send, whether it needs to be an ambulance or a fire truck or whatever. I guess obviously you would need an ambulance for if you can't breathe, and also so they know how many people to send.
Sure. And will they stay on the phone with me? So if I call in and I'm scared, will they stay on the phone and talk to me until someone comes to help me?
Yep, they'll stay on the phone and keep talking to you until the ambulance arrives on scene and you're getting help from them. So they'll help you, try and give you suggestions on what you can do to help your friend or yourself and help you remain more calm.
Right. Awesome. And I mean, I know dispatchers here, and I'm sure pretty much everywhere, when you call 911, they're trained to help keep you calm and to help with whatever injury you have, like just certain things you should or shouldn't do while you're waiting for help to get there for you. So they should be able to help you temporarily until paramedics or EMTs or whoever gets to you that you need.
Yep.
And it's usually only a few minutes. It's not a horribly long time, especially if you're right here in town. I mean, it's not going to take a really long time. Now, if you're out hiking somewhere, I hope you have parents with you because you shouldn't be by yourself if you're a Brownie Girl Scout. But if you're out hiking somewhere and you're in the mountains or someplace, then it might take them longer to get to you. But like I said, in that situation, a Brownie Girl Scout should definitely have adults with her to help her. So,
Yes.
Anything else you want to add, Carrie? First aid wise for little younger girls?
Well, I don't know. Just remember to remain calm.
Yes.
Think through things. And if it seems like it's something you can't handle, just don't be afraid to call for help.
Yep. No one's going to be mad at you for calling for help if you feel like you need it. They would much rather have you call for help than have something bad happen. So, all right. Well, I guess that is all I've got for you today, Carrie. Girl Scouts, thanks for hopping on and joining us. Like I said, this completes most of the steps for your brownie badge. So, one thing you do want to do, I mean, we talked briefly about, it's going to be backwards. We talked briefly about calling 911, but I do have plans to have a 911 dispatcher do another video like this and talk with us. So that will help finish that step. You can also role play a 911 call with an adult. So that will complete that step for you. So we talked to someone who treats injured people. We learned how to treat some minor injuries, and we talked about how to treat some outdoor injuries like sunburn and insect bites or stings. So the only other thing is to make your own first aid kit. So you can make one for your home, you can make one for your Girl Scout meeting place, or you can even make a first aid kit and donate it if you already have a first aid kit at home. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day. Enjoy your summer. Hopefully you're getting out and having some fun and enjoying the outdoors, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks.